Hey everyone, appreciate you stopping by to check out the stream. Getting ready to start off our day as we always do with our New York Times Daily Puzzles and Games. Really happy that you guys have decided to come hang out with us, and yeah, we'll start off with Wordle like we always do. Alright. Classic opening word for us. Stale. And going from here, I think spore, maybe even score. Could be even more. Snipe is another solid option for us. Would we want to try and get 2 vowels in? And how would we do that? I think any combinations where we would get two vowels in. I can't really think of one. S-O. I guess we can play it out. Don't really see any possibilities there. Let's just go with score and see where that takes us. Okay. Snipe is an option. Seize is an option if we want to double up on a vowel we already have. Z is really uncommon though. Snipe, swipe. I don't think Skype is an answer, but it'd be funny if it was. Snipe. Do I really think it's gonna be snipe? No, I think swipe is a better option. Well, actually though, if we do snipe, then we get an S out there in case we get like a swine. Spine is an option. We'll go spine. Great. Happy with getting that one in 3. Definitely a lot of different possibilities based on the ending in E starting with S, so reasonably happy to get that one in 3. Moving on to connections. Tapioca, boba, jelly, and pearl are sticking out to me. I believe they're more or less the same things. Well, pearl, I guess, is a little more general. But also then we've got words like sponge, coral, jelly, pearl? Let's look for the more obvious one. Turn down the music just slightly. Okay, types of shirts potentially. What would be our Oxford shirt? Oxford. Well, that's a type of dress shirt, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. Pretty far removed from the Catholic school days, but I believe in Oxford. Oxford shirt is a thing. Oxford polo, flannel, tee. Any others that could be shirts? Not that I'm seeing. Zit. Kind of a gross one, but zit, bubble, like things that pop. You pop a bubble, you pop a zit. Stars can pop technically, like a pop star. What else? Tort, I believe, is like a type of cake. Could also be a type of sandwich. Tort cake, sponge cake. Yeah, I don't think. I think coral. I was thinking like things in the ocean, but then you could go like jellyfish, starfish. I don't know if any of the others would correspond to that though, but we could still go. And I don't think jelly by itself, if we go coral, sponge. Boba is just so specific. And I'm fairly certain it is the same thing, more or less, as tapioca. Tapioca is just smaller versions that you might get in like a pudding. Boba is the big jelly balls that they'll put into like certain teas. And they did a good job really making this one confusing, or at least misleading in terms of potential options. Jelly star. I mean, fete? I believe F-E-T-E is like a French word for like a party. I can't think of what the word by itself may mean, or in isolation. But looking at the word structure, we've got double letters, double letters, double letters, double letters. And I don't see any other options. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, so it doesn't have to do with them containing double letters. Let me think about this. Like pen could be pen station. Does station fit with any of these? No. All right, let's go back to things that might pop. Bubble. Star. Boba. Not even close. I think this is our first connections on stream where we've actually made 2 mistakes. Hate to see it. Starfish, jellyfish. Sponge, coral, star, jelly. See, I kind of disagree with this clue. I think not having the fish on the end of star, like the others, I potentially could see just referring to them as the familiar name, but nobody calls a starfish a star. I guess like a 5-year-old maybe. So boba, tapioca, pearl, bubble. beers and milk tea. And this... Is this just like single syllable words? Ah, okay. Man, those ones are tough when it just leads off. Initially when I did see fete, my mind did go to fettuccine, but did not make the connections to penne, tortellini, or ziti, the other pastas. Yeah, that was a solid connections. Some interesting conflicts that it put us in. All right, now let's go over to the mini. Try and get it roughly in about a minute. Really had a brain fart off stream on the last time I was doing the mini crossword. Got super hung up on a clue in a way I normally don't, but hopefully we can avoid that same issue here. Tiara could be crown. Honor. Nice. When I typed in tar here, I was thinking, I didn't even look at the clue. Cochlea's place. I was still thinking I was trying to answer roof goop here. But 41 seconds. That's a solid score, I'd say. And now time for the crossword. Companies offering connections like dating sites, assuming that COS period stands for companies, which could be mistaken there. Jordan's only coastal city. Trying to remember capital of Jordan. It's been a while since I've played Wordle, kind of the geography equivalent of Wordle. Would probably help right about now. Burj Khalifa, Dubai. 1850, 350,000 plus words. Jeez, and it's a really, really long clue. Gitalele, I imagine just ukulele, or a uke for short. Bam. It's like Emerald Lagasse, the celebrity chef. Pretty sure that's his tagline. Chevy Coupes. If it's a particular Chevy model that only comes in a coupe, not a car expert. 530,000 plus words. Major highway through the southern U.S. I'd be curious what this is, considering it won't be able to have any numbers in it. Like, a lot of times you'll see interstate highways will have a number designation as well. Early birds. roosters. Maybe. Word with bake or fire. Piece of old movie equipment, like a reel. Prince saved from drowning by 39 across. Princess played by Halle Berry in a 2023 film. Have to imagine that's an animated film? Can't think of anything live action Halle Berry. Oh, Halle Bailey. I've totally read that as Halle Berry. In that case, Princess played. Yeah, I'm not sure. Come back to it. Dal's just came to mind. Again, I've still watching Great British Baking Show. And for their tiered cakes, which I mentioned, I think, in a different crossword episode, they had to use dowels because of the type of sponge cake they were making, but it needed the dowels for structural integrity. Image file format. I don't. I've lost faith in Dow after seeing that. Image file format would be like JPEG, PNG. Image, I think, is one now. IMG. I don't know the first name, but Bovary, I believe in a Shakespeare play, Madame Bovary, had who... I think that's how you shorten Madame. Just pulls off without. Make out? Just pulls off, no. Made out? But it's present tense. Taunt. Jeer. Jalen. Could be spelled differently at the end here, but I'm fairly certain it's Jalen. Eponymous youth sports organization, the largest of its kind in the U.S. Stop with that. Quit. Dress this down. Not easy to find. Obscure. Hidden. Third letter of Athens in ancient Greece. So what is, or in ancient Athens? I assume it's the Greek letter for H, and like the phonetic kind of spelling of it. I'm not super familiar with the Greek alphabet. 1990s sitcom nerd Urkel. Dark purple shade. I would think this would be Greece. Only 5 letters though. I mean, I think ancient region, I think like Mesopotamia, but obviously that's a little bit less Western philosophy, although there was a lot of influence of the Middle East on Western philosophy, like math and things like that. Chords. Some gag Christmas gifts, like coal in the stocking, rocks, maybe. Performer with a concert tour titled Straight Up Paula. I imagine Paula Abdul of American Idol fame. Stop with that. Number ones. Could refer to like songs that have charted at number 1. Could refer to like having to go to the bathroom number 1, like a peeing. Bird related prefix. Pass the ball to me, I'm open. Abnormally deep sleep. Coma. Hibernation. Can't think of another obvious one. Location within an office building. Suite? Like an office suite? Some eBay revenue. Advertisements. Help with wrongdoing. Abet. Aiding and abetting is a crime in and of itself if you help someone facilitate a crime. Winter farm feeding strategy. Blank grazing. Bolsters. Lifts. Lift? Oh, bolsters plural. So this is probably plural. Bolsters. Chevy Coupes. On ice longer than normal, say contemptuous chorus. Be like booze. Sorry about that. Cats decided to knock a bunch of beads that my girlfriend was working into bracelets and other just beaded jewelry, and just trying to figure out what to do with it, how she wants me to clean it up. On ice longer than normal. Volume divided by height. Man, it has been so long since I've taken a geometry class. Volume divided by height. I think that's like mass. But then that calls into question our rooster's answer, which could very well be incorrect, but bake sale, fire sale just came to me. Volume divided by height would be the area, which that makes a lot of sense. The size of the base, basically. Princess played by Halle Bailey. Ariel? Was there a live action frickin' Little Mermaid? Eric. Icicle. Should take a picture, it'll last longer. Not wired. .com commerce, ecom. Joey of Children's Lit. My mind instantly went to the baby kangaroo of Winnie the Pooh, but I'm fairly certain his name is just Roo. Butter of Athens. Tots Pops. Daddy? Dads? Some gag Christmas gifts. Let's try over here. Gala Throwaway. Theater Throwaway. Stub. Throwaway. Not easy to find. Scarce. Thinking like the gift bags you would receive, or records or records. Either way, I think it'll end in an S, regardless of if it's a verb or a noun. Informal green lights. AOKs? Informal green lights. Again, I think it'll become a plural. Records. Bases. Battalion commanders in the USMC. Is it something? Corporals? Lieutenant corporals, lance corporals. Not likely. Just call that one a hunch. I'm assuming this is referring to literary works and the size of them. I'm not sure exactly when Ayn Rand wrote Atlas Shrugged, but I know it is quite long. Tots Pops. Daddy. Davis. Gina Davis, the actress? I think that's how you spell. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, ecom just doesn't seem to make sense with what we're... I'll keep daddy there, but something about that. Mesa. Got plateau, probably in New Mexico or Arizona. Also some of the most beautiful areas of the country I've ever driven through. Kind of western New Mexico leading into west of Albuquerque, heading into Arizona. It's just absolutely beautiful. That's on me. Madam could potentially be wrong here. Or it could be like ADM. Yeah, but that's barely shorter than the word. If this becomes madams, because it's talking about two madams, this could become booze. M and then R, I just can't think that this... I can't think that that makes sense. Alright, let's go through the clues and see if there's any obvious ones I may have missed. No longer relevant. Moot. Tool. Students run for it. Gym class, time your mile or whatever, or if you're doing like, I don't know if they still do presidential fitness. I forget if there's a timed component or a run, but that fits in with what we had so far, so happy to see. Oh man. Character in a classic whodunit. I'm thinking of Agatha Christie, the Perot, or something along those lines, but doesn't appear to fit. Could mean like a character archetype. I do feel like Madams is giving us some trouble, so we'll fill those letters in as we go. Dark purple shade, I really feel like I should have something for that. School record. Had a similar one in a different crossword, I think a week or so ago. GPA. School record, transcript. Dark purple shade, plum. Not a straight shot. Something staring. Quit staring. A couple more letters. Stop with that. With the exclamation though, so you know it's something you're saying. Stop with that. Some eBay revenue. Adverts. No. And it's not an abbreviation. Actually, now that I know this has a Q, Jordan's only coastal city. Something that has a Q in it. Again, really need to brush up on geography again. Ecom, commerce. Yeah, add Greek to the subjects to study up on as well. Pakistani Prime Minister. Not super familiar with common Pakistani names. I know 2 days ago on the crossword there was a it's like common Pakistani last name. The answer was Shah. Not sure on this one though. Some gag Christmas gifts ending in a Y. Bolsters, bolsters, bolsters. Let's just go with the assumption we've got JPEG as our answer there. Just pulls off without. Earn out, exit out. Just pulls off. Easy out. Tool. Tool, I'm curious if they're asking for a specific type of tool here. Maybe just a kind of another general word for tool. Structural supports, joists. Floor joists, like some barrel-aged spirits. Oaky, bourbon, I know is one liquor I believe is aged in oak barrels. Okay, just pulls off without, ekes out, like just barely. Invoice unit, item, tool, PAT. Patch, like tool, could that be referring to like sewing? I think tool is a sewing term. Tool something, patch something. Let's see if we go with patch. What could this be? Scare. I don't have faith in that one. Okay. Any other obvious ones we might have missed? Sewing machine inventor. Some gag. Place to park a camper. Campground, RV park, driveway. Place to park a camper. Woods. Not wired. So either physically like wired up with something, or not wired as in like not feeling energetic, sluggish. Doesn't really match what we've filled in so far, and we feel pretty confident about. Aerial, icicle. Quit staring. So fairly certain this one ends in N. Stop with that. What would you shout at someone if you wanted them to stop? That ends in N. It's really, I'm like, don't. Yeah, we'll come back to it. Not wired. It's a tough one. Sewing machine inventor. Oh, do not remember this particular one. I remember kind of like the predecessor to the sewing machine, like the loom. Jacquard, I think, is a French guy who invented the Jacquard loom. But I cannot think of the sewing machine inventor. Third letter of Athens. Man, I know these are just old books with extremely long titles. Be like Little Women. No. Records or records? I guess AOKs could be informal green lights. Could be wrong there. Gala throwaway. What is something getting thrown away after a gala or even potentially during? Card? No. Informal green lights. This one, looking at 56 across, PNG, no matter how this, assuming maybe T through P is one word, I don't think it is possible for these three letters to be arranged like this. So I'm gonna think it might be lieutenant colonels instead for battalion commanders in the US Marine Corps. Lieutenant colonels seems like a high-ranking position. Fits everything that we have so far with the assumption that O and S are correct. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. By the way, if you're hanging out in the chat, feel free. I don't mind. Suggestions or clues for ones I'm struggling with. I appreciate you hopping in to check out the stream. Cheeky review of these books. Too long, didn't read. TLDR. I could see that being a cheeky review, especially considering it mentions the word length 350,000, 530,000, 550,000. So I think too long, didn't read makes a lot of sense. God, I hope this isn't something stupid like e-tail or something, like retail sales. E-tail. Gosh, I hope not. I mean, we did put Gina Davis here before. Maybe it wasn't such a bad guess. I think maybe this one is just where we went wrong. Acts like. apes? Like aping someone? Ah. Doesn't match. Yeah, DLP. It's most likely this one is not going to end in that sort of fashion. Oh my gosh, I even joked about this. The Winnie the Pooh. When I read Joey of Children's Lit, my mind instantly went to the baby kangaroo from Winnie the Pooh. And I was like, pretty sure his name is Roo. For whatever reason, I didn't put it in at that point in time, but I think that is correct. Some gag Christmas gifts. Coley? Does that even make sense? God, and this is gonna be something stupid like E-tail. Ada? For Athens, I honestly don't remember if that's like the E or the T. I don't think it's either. Ancient region considered a birthplace of Western philosophy. Now this one's really throwing me for a loop. Really throwing me. Not a straight shot. I guess plum could potentially be incorrect. It's adding an L after a D and an M after a D, which are very uncommon kind of word structures or letter structures for words. Okay, so I think A-OK's actually was fine. Gala throwaway. Like corks? No. Records. If we put cork there, BK, yeah, there's nothing. Let's try different vowels. Core. Ah, okay. Gala throwaway, I was thinking of like a large festivity or a party, but it's actually referring to like gala apples. So you would throw away the apple core. Records. And I think this is Miss Scarlet. Bess? Records. Oh, so like records, like your personal records, your personal bests. Okay. Making progress, slowly but surely. What would be the other dark purple shade that I cannot think of for the life of me? Plum. And again, I might not start with, well, the fact that too long didn't read is correct makes me also think GPA should be 100% right. What if we get rid of plum, we plug back in apes, because I like that as a 4-letter word. Acts like. Not a straight shot. Thinking like swerve, swipe. Could be swipe, like a punch or something. Side swipe. If it is swipe there, and we get P here, dark purple shade, what would P blank P blank? Dark purple shade. Man, I really do think it's plum, is my only issue. Classic sitcom streaming on BritBox familiarly. I cannot. First of all, I don't even know exactly what BritBox is. I don't know if that's just offered internationally or if that's a streaming service that's outside of the US. Maybe it's in the US as well. $350,000 words. And I'd said coma, abnormally deep sleep. Could it be comas? Deep sleeps? Offering connections. The fact that it's singular, abnormally deep sleep, I don't think it's gonna be comas, unfortunately. Winter farm feeding strategy. Day grazing. Bolsters. It's a short word to like reinforce or strengthen. My mind went to lifts, but bolsters, lift. Chevy Coupes, 2 T's. Chevy Coupes. Chevy. Wired, say act up. Oh, act. Not wired as in a music performance, acoustic. Stop with that. Stop with that. I mean, it's not gonna be blank on, or is it 2 words or 1 word? Is the question. Stop with that. Dresses down. Ah. Dresses down like verbally, so like to chide someone. Which I'm glad that I changed. So yeah, it's not gonna be plum for our dark purple shade. It's something ending in E, starting with P. What could that be? Puce? Is puce not a straight shot? Okay, so in like golf, if you hit a slice, that is a, you know, it's cutting to one side or the other. Puce, I think. That's on me. I messed up. I'm just guessing based on the context clues. Something like Elias makes sense. Stop with that. Come on. Okay, so instead of, I had thought it's like madame's plural, but it might be mademoiselle, which I believe is shortened like that. A tool could be a patsy, like a person who is used as a tool. I think patsy similarly is like a person who's kind of dispensable and is used for some purpose. On ice longer than normal, say. On ice. I don't know about that one. Major highway through the southern US. Starting with I, ending in N. I-10 written out. Court matters cases. So, Les Mis, Les Miserables. Jean Valjean. Place to park a camper. Something lot, RV lot. On ice longer than normal, say. Man, I'm trying to think through every possible word letter combination. On ice longer than normal. I don't know. Chevy Coupes, Vets, Corvettes for short. Come on, buddy. Add fees. Yeah, I know you're sleepy, boy. Is this really David Copperfield? Is that a book? Bolsters, aids, Akaba, bale grazing. I think that makes sense. Stop with that. Number ones. Like halves, the haves and the have-nots. Number ones. Faves. Probably faves. Classic sitcom, like All in the Family. Bird-related prefix. Just down really to these last few. If we can get another one or so, I think we can finish in just a couple minutes, but need some dominoes to start falling for us. Cry over spilled milk, perhaps. Oh man. My mind is in the gutter right now with this ending. ITTY, I'm not sure. Something a baby might do. Okay, bird-related prefix. Avian, AVI, I believe. If this stop with that, so like literally stop, like break. If this becomes break, ab. But then this becomes brave. Bravo. Try that out. Try break. I mean, I have no idea. This is just going to be a fill-in because I cannot think of that for my life. For this, I was thinking like a stupor, slumber, something ending in R for sure. Normally deep sleep. Doper. Eponymous youth sports organization, the largest of its kind in the U.S. Hop harder. On ice. IDOT. Yeah, not gonna get in under an hour. It is later in the week, so these crosswords are somewhat difficult, but a little sad we didn't get it in an hour. But we will soldier on and try and finish it as quickly as we can. Bam. Come on, man. You getting all fired up? You're upset too? We didn't get it in an hour? Oh my gosh, buddy, you're gonna fall off my lap. Offering connections. Companies offering connections. COS, period. Oh, we're so close. Hey, Toontam Mario, thanks for the follow. Any suggestions on these last few, or any thoughts? Areas we might be making mistakes. Bam. Cry over spilled milk. AB Fab? Is that a popular? Is that a popular British show? Never heard of it before. Absolutely fabulous. Sounds fun. Is it an old show or a newer show? Well, I guess it says classic, so. Okay, so that's Cry Over Spilled Milk. Bod. The 90s, nice. Bam. BOD. Kapow, okay. Pow right in the kisser. Kapow. Alright, so cry over spilled milk though? Bod kitty? That seems so bizarre to me. And then warmer? Mods. I'm just amazed I'm missing this one. I'm based in the US and I've never even heard of this organization. I don't know if it's a newer thing. Bad kitty. Ah, nice. Yeah, I was uncertain. That's a great. We don't give them. I should know with a cat like this in my lap. We don't give them milk, but this one loves to spill his water bowl, so I should have known. Brava. That makes sense as well for a female organization. Hey, you biting? Let's get you underway. Abnormally deep sleep. I mean, the only thing I've heard of like this is like a stupor. Yeah, we've got two cats. That blanket in the background. Normally, our tuxedo cat will nap there at some point during the day. But the orange and white one you just saw, his name's Fiero. He's a little troublemaker, but he's a good cat. On the whole, I think we'll keep him. Stupor. Gosh, I'm really just getting hung up on these last couple. Top warmer. On ice longer than normal. On ice longer. Top. Oh man. ISPs, internet connections, yes. Companies, gosh, you were so good at this. Where were you earlier in the stream? Really appreciate the help. And then Pop Warner, oh my gosh, okay. I am familiar with Pop Warner. Okay, what did we... I feel confident based on what you said about AB Fab. Brava fits with what we have. AV for avian, I think makes a ton of sense. Uke for ukuleles, Les Mis, feels right. Kapow. I-10 maybe, but it fits everything else. Sopor. I feel like this is a Spanish word or something. It reminds me of a word in Spanish, I think related to sleep. Pop Warner, sweet, I think is correct. Macabre. And overtime. OT overtime. Okay. Nice. In OT makes sense. Ad fees. Quit staring. Abet. Bail. AIDS. I guess Akaba could be... I mean, the rest of these make sense. Some gag Christmas gifts. I was thinking along the lines of like putting coal in the stockings. Coals, okay. Yeah, it is, you're right, it is plural. What does this turn into then? Tots Pops. Dad. Ionia? Dad-as. Nice. Yo, thank you so much. You were such a huge help. 2 minds are always better than 1 for this sort of thing, especially as it gets later in the week. So, really appreciate the help. Thank you so much. So finishing up with the crossword. Usually I would hop off for lunch now, and I don't know if you're familiar or watch any games on Twitch. I will probably come back with some Slay the Spire. So if you're looking for something else to watch after I get back, really appreciate you chiming in and sticking around for a bit. So, and I do this daily, so if you're ever looking around 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be doing the crossword and all the other New York Times daily games. So take it easy. Thanks so much.